Hey guys, it's that time of the week. This is Breaking Brews episode 4. I'm your host, Michu2.
And I'm your co-host, Lauren Olivia.
That's what I'm talking about. Every single week. The crowd gets bigger and bigger every single week.
It does.
Boom. See, they love us. They love Lauren.
Good energy.
We got a good crowd here tonight. I think this is the most people we've had here for an episode. So we're breaking records and breaking brews. So yeah, never said I was good at jokes. All right. So what are you drinking, Lauren?
I am drinking the Solar Flare with green kratom, my go-to.
And of course, I'm drinking one of my favorites, drinking a watermelon mitra. Can't go wrong. Last week was some of my favorite drinks that we had here.
Yeah, no, it's really good.
Right now they're out of dragon fruit syrup, so I couldn't make my Mikey special. But hey, always take a mitra. Actually, this week at the end of the episode, we're going to be having the owner of Teave Tea. He's going to come on here and talk with us a little bit. So that's a little fun thing we're going to be shooting out to you guys today.
For that.
So Lauren, what you been up to?
Well, I went to New Orleans this past weekend for a Sleeping with Sirens concert, and that was super awesome. I went to their after party, and it was just a good time. Good food, good people.
Dude, I want to go to New Orleans so bad. Lauren asked me, she asked me the day before, she's like, do you want to go to New Orleans?
Yeah.
I was like, I would love nothing more, but I had so much going on. I think actually I had a show that night in New Smyrna, which that show went really great. Thank you, Kava Java, for having us out there. It went really well. Got to meet a lot of new faces out there. How about you? Did you meet anybody new out there?
I did. I met Donate Your Friends, which is a band out there, and they actually just opened for Jimmy Eat World.
Really?
So, yeah,
I think I saw that. They were at, there was a music festival, right?
They had won a contest, I believe, and then that's how they got to open for them.
Gotcha,
yeah,
okay.
Super nice people, good group.
I've seen Sleeping with Sirens. I saw them at Rockville 2 years ago, and then I saw a live they did like an online concert back when I was in middle school, which was really cool. I was really into them back when I was around 13, 14, 15. One really cool thing this podcast is going to be able to do is, not this week, but next week, we are flying from Vero Beach to St. Pete. There's somebody in the kava community that has a plane, and he's a pilot, and he's going to be taking...
We love you, Richie.
Yeah, we love you, Richie. We're going to be bringing Tyler Corbin, one of the owners here at Nocturne Teas, and myself, and it's going to be so much fun. We're going out there. We're going to interview Corbin, in a moving plane. It's going to be great.
Yeah, I'm excited to see that.
It's going to be really great.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get into this first round. I think I'm probably the most interested about our last topic for the this or that round.
Yeah,
so this is a
that
segment
one.
we like to call This or That. This is where we get involved with the people here in the community. Like I always say every episode, I consider this the people's podcast. I like to get everybody involved as much as possible. So, how this works is every single episode, me and Lauren talk about 3 separate topics. Which would we rather do, or which do we like better? And then we ask the people out in the crowd what they're thinking, and they get to come up here and be part of the podcast.
Yeah, it's great to hear what you guys have to say.
So, the first segment for This or That, the first round is going to be, which do you like better, Xbox or PS5? So, anybody out there in the crowd, if you want to be a part of this, the topic is, which do you like better, PS5s or Xboxes?
I'll let you go first. Which one?
Okay. So, honestly, I have almost a connection with a little bit of every console except for PlayStations. So, the first console I ever had was a GameCube, and it just...
So we're going way back.
Even to this day, it is still one of my favorite consoles, but if I had to choose between Xbox or PS5, I'd have to say Xbox. And now I'm saying Xbox post Microsoft buyout, because Microsoft... Everything's connected through Microsoft.
Yeah.
So
it's
like,
easy to set up.
yeah.
It's
So
very
like the
clean
YouTube
layout.
My Microsoft account is hooked up through my Xbox. It's hooked up through Minecraft. It's hooked up through a lot of my...
It's just like the layout and the operating system is clean. It's easy for people to navigate. Everything's right there. However, my first what do you call these
console?
things? My first console was an Xbox, and I did enjoy it for about a year, and then I got bored. because they don't have as many games as
I will say that. So
a PS5 would.
the PlayStations always seem to have the best exclusive games. Like
Yeah.
PlayStation has Spider-Man. Dude, here's the thing: is I bought a PS5 just to play Spider-Man, and then as soon as I was done playing it, I sold the PS5. They also have the God of War series. Originally, they only had Crash Bandicoot, and Crash Bandicoot was my favorite game. I used to, my babysitter had a PlayStation 2, and Crash Bandicoot was on the PlayStation.
What was the one game with the car? Is that Horizon or Horizon?
Horizon.
Horizon
isn't. I don't think that's. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think Horizons is specifically Xbox only.
No,
but it is included in Game Pass.
But that was my favorite game to play.
Now I will say, although there are better games on PlayStation, Xbox always has the better. So they have something called Game Pass, where you can get. I think it's like something like 1,000 games. I can get Minecraft. All the Horizon games were on it. Most of the Lego games, Skyrim was on it.
But what was that thing you would have to pay monthly for in order to use your
Xbox Live. Xbox Live was so you could play with other people online. Okay. But if you bought the Game Pass, it came with all those games, and it came with Xbox Live. So I mean, you really can't go wrong. It really was multiplayer oriented. Now, the greatest video game I think I've ever played. Okay, it's probably a tie. It's a 3-way tie. Jack and Ratchet. Jack and Ratchet, I think. It was a PlayStation exclusive. It was the guy with the elf ears and the blonde hair. Am I saying it right? No, not Ratchet and Clank. No, it's called Jack and... So the character that was in Ratchet and Clank, Jack and Daxter. Thank you. See? That's why I'm glad we do this live, so I don't look like an idiot for more than 30 seconds. It's Jack and Daxter, and it was one of the best games. Actually, fun fact, my babysitter is actually a tattoo artist now here in Brevard. It's Jordan. I'm gonna look up. I'll put it down. I'll put it down here. When I go through editing, I'll plug your Instagram. But Jordan actually gave me the tattoo I have right here of the frog with the human ear. Super great tattoo. What else? So like I said, Xbox has a better online and like multiplayer stuff.
Today, and I'm about to expose myself right now. But I used to do like Let's Play videos for Minecraft, Roblox.
I did that too. I feel like everybody in their life has done a Minecraft Let's Play video.
No, I used to grind Animal Jam. Like that was my shit.
Man, I love, dude. Here's the thing: is like I don't play a lot of video games, but like the few that I do play really do. Like I have such core memories. Like anytime I'm playing Minecraft and I hear the do, like it unlocks child. Like I can remember there were times where I'd sit on my iPad in my living room.
I've been seeing TikToks come up where it's talking about how we used to all turn on Show Nation while we used to play our games on YouTube to listen to music.
Dude, that's crazy.
Like that's a core memory unlocking right there. It was bad.
Well, all right, guys. Is there anybody out there that wants to be part of this conversation? Which do we like better, Xbox or PS5? Everybody, this is Jules. There it is. All right, Jules. So, which do you like better, Xbox or PS5, and why?
Well, I grew up playing on both. I mean, just like the original Xbox and like the PS2. I don't know. That's like a tough question because right now I have the Series X.
Yeah.
Like the one that looks like
I just sold mine. Yeah.
I like the benefits of it being connected to Microsoft.
Yeah, that's...
So you have like a lot of the benefits from that. Also, Game Pass has like...
Dude, Game Pass goes hard.
It's like $15 a month for like brand new games that come out a month before that will literally be on Game Pass.
Sometimes they're exclusive early releases.
Yeah, so that's a benefit. I don't know. I just also like the interface of Xbox more because I don't know.
Here's the thing is PS5, it's so complicated, there's so many tabs. Now here's the thing is, one thing, I don't know about you, but Xbox, I know we were just kind of talking about music, and I didn't really do this intentionally. The original Xbox, I used to play BMX 2006 on it, and they had Headstrong by Trapped. That was my intro to some banger songs, dude. Headstrong is one of my favorite songs to this day. What's the one song, Cut My Life? My like
Last Resort by Papa
Last
Roach.
Resort by
Yeah,
Papa
yeah,
Roach. How could I forget? But no, like that game had some of the best. Like, dude, they did not have to go that hard with the soundtrack, and even to this day, that video game still holds up quality wise.
It does, and I also played a lot of Skate 3 on the 360.
Skate 3, dude.
Skate 3 is my shit. I also played a lot of like Fallout and Advanced Warfare. Black Ops 2, bro. Black Ops 2 is my shit.
All the Lego video games. That's kind of funny.
Oh, like,
Even still to this day, I've never watched a single Star Wars movie, but I love the early Lego Star Wars video games.
the Lego Star Wars is great. I also like playing Lego Indiana Jones. I don't know if you ever played Lego Indiana
Dude, oh
Jones.
yes.
That was my shit.
Dude, I had that for
played
the
that on
DS.
the DS. Oh my
Dude, the
God.
DS.
Same.
Dude, here's the thing: is there was something about those. Yo, we got a DS in the audience right now. That's crazy.
And a pink one too.
Dude,
And
superior
a pink
console.
one.
Okay, another thing people aren't talking about, PlayStation had way ahead of everybody else was the graphics on a PSP compared to like a DS or a Game Boy.
The PSP
Like, here's the thing, don't get me wrong, I loved my Game Boy games, but a PSP, bro, I couldn't believe what I was seeing when I go to my cousin's house.
You could get like
Especially
little
for the
movies.
size.
You can get like little movies for your PSP, and like it would load the Graphic Brothers.
I didn't have other than the GameCube, which I think whenever I was 7, my friend accidentally threw a water balloon at. I didn't have a gaming console from ages 5 to 12, and when I was 12, my mom bought me an Xbox 360. My stepbrother had a regular Xbox, but I very rarely got to play it. We would do Dance Dance Revolution. That game, DDR. That's what it is. Another song that got me into good music like Devo, like Whip It, Rock Lobster, Where's Your Head At by, dude, that song by Jax, yeah, he knows, yeah.
I personally like Xbox more, but I think it's because
It's
one
just,
of the reasons
you know,
that
it's inclusive.
It's nostalgic too.
For sure.
I played way more Xbox growing up than PS, but.
Well, thank you so much for your input. Everybody, this is Jules. We love having Jules on here. Alrighty, so we're going to invite our next person up here. Who wants to talk about which they like better, Xbox or PS5? Anybody?
What's up, guys? I'm Nick.
Everybody give it up for Nick. There it is. Alright, Nick, what do you like better? It seems that we've had the bar go more towards Xbox. Are you going to follow that trend or are you going to set the standard?
So I think overall PlayStation is better, but Xbox has the best console, Xbox 360. Gaming was at its peak at that time.
It really was.
And me, Aiden, and Ricky were just talking about it. The PlayStation 2 at the same time was the best.
Yeah,
Aiden said it has the most units ever sold, but overall, Xbox 360 was the best console, in my opinion, ever made. And the games, so I stopped playing Call of Duty. I was a Call of Duty guy.
Okay.
I stopped playing Call of Duty when Ghost came out.
Yeah, I didn't play
like
that one.
Ghost.
I played World of War.
Yeah,
that was it.
I think Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 1, and Black Ops 2 are all those 4 are in my top 5 games of all time.
So I have a controversial statement. My favorite, and I think the single best Call of Duty ever, Advanced Warfare. Better than any game we've had today. Better than any of the Black Ops games combined. Here's the thing, is anybody that hates Advanced Warfare loved Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4 for the exact reason why people hated it. They thought the exoskeleton thing was stupid. They thought wall running was stupid. They thought double jumping was stupid. But, we'll have you up in a minute. But here's the thing, is Advanced Warfare Zombies, you have, Advanced Warfare Zombies, you have, who's the guy, John Malkovich was the main villain in that. Bro's god tier voice actor, best zombie story, better, dude, when I played Black Ops 3 Zombies, hated it. I couldn't play it for more than 10 minutes.
Yeah,
It felt more like
Destiny? How about Destiny?
Destiny, I did like Destiny. Destiny was pretty good. Actually,
Destiny
some of my favorite.
Never played Destiny 2, but Destiny 1 was.
Some of my best PC friends were through Destiny, playing Destiny online.
Yeah.
Well, so did you ever have a PlayStation at all or no?
Yeah, my last PlayStation was a PlayStation 2.
Okay. They really did go hard. Like a lot of the Nickelodeon games, like the Fairly Odd Parents, the SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom. A lot of those, like whenever I was a kid, those are some of the best games. And even Battle for Bikini Bottom still I feel holds up today. Like they remastered it.
Yeah, there are a lot of games that I see nowadays that I don't play, but that do look like a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's the thing is I like to watch video games more now than I like playing them.
Yeah.
Well, good
agree.
stuff. Well, thank you so
I
much for
appreciate
talking.
it.
Thank you, Nick. Thanks for coming up. All right, Lauren, come on back up here. Alrighty. So while Lauren's coming back up here, the next topic is, do you like drinking your kava with or without creamer? Which do you like better?
So I've never been big on creamer. Like when somebody puts like creamer into something, it reminds me of coffee, and I'm not a coffee drinker.
See, I'm not a coffee drinker either.
But I did hear that if you put creamer into your kava, it enhances the kava. Is that true?
So it's something about, I think it enhances the alkaloids in it, and it's any kind of lactose it enhances the strength of it. Maybe I can ask, maybe if I can get somebody up here that's a little more knowledgeable on it.
Yeah. No, I definitely want to know.
It's anything with fats in it that increases it. Thank you, Corbin.
Interesting.
So, so same with you. I do not like coffee at all. I won't drink. Here's the thing is, there's a lot of things I don't like to drink, but I'll tolerate. Coffee, I'll never drink. So I'm more of a creamer guy. You seem to be more of a straight up person.
Yeah, get it now.
I'm gonna let some people come up here and talk with you about this.
Okay.
What's going on, y'all? TTK Reek in the building. Here to answer some questions.
Yeah, so which do you prefer?
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I don't really mess with cream like that. But I don't know. I feel like if it got cream, it ain't me. You know what I'm saying? So it really gotta have that raw texture, and raw taste.
See, I just drink mine as fast as I can, so it really doesn't matter to me. I don't know. People who can just sip on it,
right?
It's kind of crazy.
I mean, cause like think about it. Would you put creamer in your comment?
I don't know. I don't do comments, but
yeah, I would have put creamer in my comment.
I feel like I don't know. When I've had kava a couple times, but I would always be chasing it with something as soon as I would drink it, or I'd chug it and then just chase it. To me, like drinking kava is like doing a shot. You just want to get it down.
Right. Yeah. Alright, so that's it for me.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming up and sharing.
Y'all have a good one.
Oh, this next question looks really cool. Alright, moving on.
Alrighty, we're back. Dang, now my seat's warm. It's kind of nice. Alrighty. So, our next question is, which are you more interested in? Ocean exploration or space exploration? So, now this question was given to us by one of my buddy Cello. So, you guys can follow him at Cello the Dumb. We love Cello here. Cello's, we worked together for a short time at the Reef Kava Bar.
Oh, nice.
Cello gave me that question the other day whenever I was down when I saw him last.
So for me personally, I would have to pick ocean exploration just because what's the percentage on what's unexplored? Like 80 or 90%?
Yeah,
I'd say I could
we've
be
only
wrong,
explored
so.
like 11% of the ocean.
Yeah, and that's like what's left to explore.
And we've explored. Well, so I think the statistic is as well as we've explored more of space than we have of our own ocean.
Yeah, and you know, NASA actually used to be ocean exploration before they went into space.
It's some crazy stuff. I mean, obviously right now, like, it's pretty prevalent in the news still. Like, it was just a year ago that the Titan went down underwater and that submersible exploded. And
it's definitely dangerous. I would say.
If you think about it, James Cameron 20 years ago, before he filmed the Titanic, or while he was filming the Titanic, he went down in a one-man submarine and scanned the wreckage of the, he scanned the wreckage of the Titanic by himself.
I have some conspiracy theories about the Titanic, actually.
Dude, hey, I'm all about a Lauren conspiracy. What you got?
So, the conspiracy is basically all the bigwigs were going to get on the Titanic.
The big what?
The bigwigs, like like the billionaires, the millionaires. Like if you were somebody, you wanted to be on this boat. So the original creators, I would say, like they built. I'm trying to remember the story like fully, but so they built a second boat.
Okay, so yeah, I heard about that as well.
Yeah, they built a second boat, and then they put all of these people, like the richest of the rich, like all their competitors, on the Titanic.
Yeah.
And then basically the conspiracy is that they did this on purpose to knock out their competition.
Yeah.
And when I went to the Biltmore, I heard somebody else talking about this as well, because right before the Titanic went down, the Biltmore family was kind of given like a heads up, like,
Yeah.
hey, don't come on this ship. So like last minute they left. I believe they were in England at the time, and they went back home instead of getting on the Titanic.
Headlights like that.
I mean, what's the easiest way to get rid of your competitors? Throw them all on this ship and sink them.
That's crazy stuff.
Yeah, interesting.
I'm with you on this one. I'm all about ocean exploration, especially just because honestly, it almost seems way more dangerous to explore the ocean than to explore space. I mean, they train astronauts in water, like deep pools, for going into space, because that's as close as you can get to that experience of weightlessness.
Yeah.
That always interested me as a kid. I'm not smart enough for any of that crap, but like, you know, it would
I'm always interested with all the new animals
if
that
we
they
ever
find.
get famous enough and we're still alive in the time where we're able
We're gonna build a submarine and go down there.
No, we're gonna go to space. I want to go to space. Here's the thing: is I will never get in a submarine. I would get in a rocket before. I've been in a submarine before. I will never get in a test submarine like they did. I would get into a test rocket before I got into a test submarine.
Yeah.
But hey, who out there has something they? Who out there wants to talk about? You do? All right.
How are you doing?
Hi, I'm Sky.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Okay, so I just think it's really interesting because, you know, they just like found out that aliens were like real and stuff.
Just found out what?
That aliens were like, you know, they proved that aliens are out there like in space.
Yeah.
But I feel like if they were to, you know, take time towards the ocean, because it's a more reachable.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, it's right in our backyard.
Exactly. So, you know, like Mikey said, if they were to spend money on, you know, ocean stuff and finding stuff that's on our own planet, like, it'd be a little bit, I feel like it's more beneficial because, you know, we literally live with them. So.
I feel like sometimes you also have to think about what is more profitable as well, because I feel like there's always another intention when they're going and exploring things. There might be resources on other planets that we deem profitable, or just to carry on the human being species. So I think that's why they're investing so much into space, as well as satellites as well. Satellites run the world. I was just in New Orleans, and I met a man at an oyster bar, and he was there for a conference, and we got into it about satellites, and basically whoever has the most satellites makes the most money, and satellites can just do crazy things these days. Like, I know you can walk out into the middle of the street and look up, and that satellite can capture a perfect image of your face.
One of my dad's close friends, he was also close friends with someone that worked at Area 51.
That's cool.
Yeah, so, you know, it was kind of confirmed.
The FBI is going to show up at Nocturne.
Not saying any names, guys.
We're going to be murdered in about 2 weeks, and you know why.
Both are very interesting,
Yeah,
for sure. But, like, you know, me personally, I just like ocean animals and stuff, so, like, that would be my basic answer. But, honestly, both of them are I find them so interesting, for sure.
Yeah. But, yeah, I think that's definitely why we explore space a lot more than the ocean.
Oh, yeah, I mean, we have to find somewhere to live after, you know, we can't live here anymore.
Yeah, after we run out of water or whatever. Well, thank you so much for sharing.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, welcome back, Mikey.
Alrighty. So, next is our segment. It is called Inner Brews, where we interview some people here in our community. So, I'm going to grab a third chair, because I'm going to keep us here, all three of us here. So, I'm going to pull myself off to the side and grab us. Up first, we're going to be interviewing Karina. So, everybody give it up for Karina.
Woo!
So I'll give a little backstory. Karina has come out to the open mic pretty much every single Thursday we do here at Nocturne Teas, and has pretty much integrated herself here into the bar. So this is Karina.
Okay.
Squeeze that a little bit.
Yeah, let's see. This is...
Squeeze that a little bit more. Yeah.
Are they good?
Yeah, move
Okay.
that. Awesome. Great.
So which kava bar got you intrigued into this community? Like, what was the first one that really grasped your attention?
So I've actually never had kava before this year. Oh wow.
Well, welcome.
I was invited to Kraken Kava Bar.
Oh, nice.
off
They just
192.
opened, so that was
Yeah.
recent. That
Yes.
was super recent.
Very recent. And it was pretty much like a first friends meeting. I met her online, so she was like, "Oh, like I have this really cool kava bar that just opened. I'd love to come hang out with you there." And I was like, "Oh, that sounds cool." And I walked in, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I could definitely make a home
It's
here."
definitely a safe and welcoming place.
Her name's Mia Barretto.
Nice. How'd you guys meet?
On Facebook.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's super cool how you can just meet anybody anywhere in the world and just meet up with them or hang out.
Oh, I was friends with Gage on Facebook. The Gage
Our
is out of,
Gage?
yeah, our Gage.
That's
I was friends with
crazy.
Gage on Facebook, and I was like, where have I seen this guy before? And then one day, him and Nick were playing. They were playing, I think, like Overwatch or something at EGAD, and I was like, oh, you're the Gage I keep on seeing on Facebook. So it's crazy. You can, and it's just through Facebook. Like, I guess it kind of like makes us sound old now because we're talking about Facebook and not Snapchat and Instagram. But I mean, hey, there's
that's how I met the band out in New Orleans just this weekend. It was online, yeah.
Yeah, so
Super cool.
I actually didn't know anybody here. I recently moved here almost 3 years ago now. And so after about a year and a half, I would say, sitting at my house by myself, I was like, I've got to figure out a way to meet people because I wasn't like into, at the time, my son was very small. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to go to downtown Melbourne.
Yeah, it's
go
hard to
meet-
have like a genuine conversation.
Exactly. So I was like, what else can I do? And I just found Facebook pages of like girls around my age in the
I think
area.
I've heard about this. Like there are Facebook communities for women to just kind of form groups and go out and do like brunches or just hang out with each other because I feel like everybody's looking for that group.
Exactly. And so I was just like, oh, like, you know, just texting a whole bunch of girls, and she's actually the first one that was like, oh, let's meet up. So I was like, sounds good.
Yeah, and so many people are moving here recently that it's great that they have that.
Yeah, I wish I knew about it sooner. You know?
Well, you're here now, so we're glad to have you.
actually we both met Fred the same exact way.
Oh my, yeah, so we have a friend Fred. He's originally from Michigan, and he came down here for a music internship. And I met him on this app that was for like meeting up with people to go to concerts. And I was chatting with him, and he's like, oh, I'm actually moving to Melbourne for my internship. And then, I kid you not, about 24 hours later, I'm downtown with my girlfriend, Sammy, and Shay. And we walk into, what is the bar called? Main Street Pub. I see him walk in, I was like, I swear that's my friend Fred from online. And I was like, I have to say something. So I like ran to him, and I was like, oh my gosh, are you Fred? And he's like, oh my gosh, Lauren. Like, I don't know, it's just crazy, timing and coincidences. And he's such an awesome guy.
Fred is probably like one of my closest friends.
Yeah, Fred is like one of my best friends now.
Fred's up in Chicago now, so.
Yeah, he moved back sadly, but I go and visit, so it's okay.
Hopefully he'll come visit us soon.
Yeah, he'll be back here. I'll make him come back. We'll kidnap him.
I'll steal your mic.
Yeah, let me give you the mic.
Perfect. All right. Now I feel like you know me a little bit better than Lauren, so I mean this is a pretty straightforward question for us because we're just freshly meeting each other. But where did we first meet?
We met right here
Boom, at Nocturne Teas.
on stage.
Creating friendships that last a lifetime. Boom. That's what I'm talking about, people.
It was an open mic night, and you were hosting.
Yeah, and how did that go?
It went okay for me.
I think I accidentally skipped over your name like 3 times, and I was like, oh, I'll get you on the next one. I'll get you on the next one, and then somebody would distract me. So it wasn't, so I think Karina signed up to perform at like probably 10 p.m., and it wasn't until 1:30 in the morning that Karina ended up actually getting to perform. And I felt so bad that I made sure that Karina got to go up at like 9:30 the next week. But now if you come in on Thursdays, I got this down way better. So yeah, no, that's a really cool thing is like music seems to have a really big part in this kava bar and drawing people together and just their events in general. Like I would say this overall has some of the best event interaction out of any kava bar. Because, I mean, where else do you get to go to a kava bar where they shoot a live studio audience podcast on Mondays, Tuesdays they do bingo where they give away a $75 gift card. Wednesdays they do trivia. Thursdays they do open mic. Fridays, what do we do on Fridays? Nothing? Okay. Well, okay. Fridays, starting this week, so the day this episode comes out, I'm hosting a free guitar class. So if you want to learn to play guitar, I'm hosting it here from 8 to 10 p.m. this Friday, the day that this episode comes out. Come out to Nocturne Teas from 8 to 10. It's a completely free guitar lesson and vocal training. We just ask you to get 2 drinks. And then Saturdays is kind of one of those random event days, but Sundays is chess, poker, and NFL football. So, 6 out of the 7 days of the week, not every kava bar does something like that. So it's really cool that, they give us a stage to do this here. Professional setup, we got a really interactive crowd.
So what keeps you coming back? Is it the people, the vibe, the drinks? What's your favorite?
So, funny enough about the drinks, as you can tell, I like kratom. If I do both at the same time, then I'm fine.
That's interesting. Yeah, everybody's different. Everybody has a different chemistry.
Yes. It's like kratom and kava. Kratom and kava together is a good mix for me, personally. And so I'm glad that I recently found that out. But it's still something that is on occasion a celebratory type of deal. I would say that the thing that keeps me coming back the most is the events.
Yeah,
100%.
Every kava bar has so many special events. It's just always a place you can come and find something to do.
I would say it's almost tied with the community, though. It's such a community here. Everybody is friendly. Everybody is such sweethearts. I've never met
That's what I always have said about 100%. This community, and I've been coming here for about 4 years now.
Yeah.
Just
there's
coming around to all the kava bars.
No bad blood, no arguing, no
yeah.
nothing. And
it really is one big happy family.
If there is anything, here's the thing: is I won't act like that anywhere is 100% free of drama. But if there is drama, it is squashed immediately and it doesn't spread. So if there is any drama, it's squashed immediately and or it just is dealt with outside.
Yeah.
It's not dealt with here. People specifically this kava bar have an understanding. Nobody wants to deal with that crap, dude. People are coming here to get away from all the drama in their daily life. People come here to just enjoy themselves and have fun, hang out with their friends.
Yeah, for sure.
With the owner of the company, Teave Tea. This is Everett.
Hello.
Give it up for Everett, everybody. So I guess the one question on everybody's mind, I know we talk about it almost every single week, but what is Teave Tea? Go ahead and explain how you would describe it.
Okay, the best way I can describe Teave Tea is it's an all-natural kratom tea that is stronger than your average kratom tea. It's about the strength of 5 kratom teas, but the difference between a Teave Tea and drinking an extract or drinking a mitra is Teave Tea is at its heart, it's a tea. It's not an extract, it's a tea. So you're still getting all 45 alkaloids in kratom that give you the unique effects in higher concentrations. You're not just taking a shot of metragine that's just going to get you really messed up in the head. It's going to get you really wired. You're getting all of the different alkaloids that give you the unique feelings that you get from a tea. It's not like a mitra where you're just getting the metragine. It's purely a tea that's just really strong.
It was super strong. So last week was actually my first time drinking it, and I kid you not, I drank this much, and I was like, oh my goodness. And it was so good tasting too.
Yeah, we spent a lot of time working on this flavor. It took 10 months to get to the point where the flavors are right now, to get the right balance of everything.
I was curious how long it took you, because I've been studying kava and kratom for quite a while now, and just kind of ways to brew it. But you got a tea that it's not. There's no bitterness really. Every kratom has bitterness just because that's the way tea is. All tea is kind of bitter, and you add sweets to it. But your flavor profiles, I don't see anything kind of similar to it. Even with Mitra and with White Rabbit, there's no flavor combos like you have, especially with some of your seasonal flavors you have coming up.
Yeah, well, a lot of companies, like, for example, when you go to Kava Bar, your teas are flavored with syrups. I don't use syrups.
Really?
I hand mix all my flavors, so I'm not using, like,
Really?
pre-made flavors from anywhere. It's
Wow.
all stuff I'm creating.
That's
So.
crazy. So, I guess so you're using fruits and stuff. I almost think realistically, if you build a batch of your own, like your own flavorings, you'd save so much more money in the long run. I mean, I do some like in a small quantity where I brew at home, like my own tea every now and then. I brew my own flavors, and one of my favorites is I mix watermelon juice with mint and guava juice as well, and it just pretty much you take the fruits, you juice them yourself, and then you kind of break it down to a base, and then you add a little bit of, I add all natural sugar. Like, I'm all about that. I won't add anything like, whatever I can get, like raw sugar cane, sugar. But like, whenever you do that, I mean, Monin tea flavors are pretty affordable, but realistically, for what you could buy a whole box of Monin tea, you could make like a couple months worth of your own flavoring. That's for sure one thing I noticed, because the issue I have with some kava bars is like with their syrups is it's just so sweet that it's not really that enjoyable. Like with yours, it's something smooth and it's tasty, and it's not like you're not shoving a whole fruit down my throat. You're not shoving the taste of what, if you ask somebody to describe to you what a flavor is, it tastes like the fruit that's in it.
No, I appreciate that it's not artificial at all. It's not too sugary. Because my issue with a lot of the syrups are that it's so sugary it makes you feel sick after drinking it. And instead of being able to enjoy the feeling of it, you just feel like it's too overpowering and it just upsets my stomach. So I really appreciate that you have an alternative to that.
For sure. And I'm glad you mentioned that, because one thing I have an issue with is anything that's really not like straight up like fruit juice is I get that feeling, whenever like you get like you have a frog in your throat, it dries it out and then it makes it sticky, and like I always feel like I gotta or like, and with that I don't have that issue at all. See ya. But that's one thing I just don't have an issue, and it's really cool that you've created a tea like that.
I appreciate it. That comes a lot in the way that I sweeten it too. In the way they sweeten it, I use a combination of multiple sweeteners that complement each other really well and that allow it to remain at 40 calories per glass. Like, it's also a low calorie.
That's a crazy thing that it's only 40 calories. I mean, you really got lightning in a bottle.
I think one of the spaces
no pun intended.
that a lot of people like do not talk about a lot with kratom tea is the uses of it for recovering addicts.
Yeah.
Like, I have recovering addicts in my family, and when you abuse opioids for a long time, it does affect your ability when you drink kratom. Your tolerance is naturally very high. Yeah. So a lot of people, recovering addicts who start trying kratom, don't feel effects the first time because they require so much of it. So this is also like, I feel like it'd be perfect. Yeah. It's a very great drink for people who are trying to stay away from other substances.
Yeah, I'm insanely impressed. There really is nothing like it out on the market. So if you have the chance to try Teave Tea, definitely go ahead and try it. It's worth it for sure.
Currently, right now, you can only find it at Nocturne Teas, but if you follow the Instagram, which is teave.tea, I do giveaways every single week. I give away a lot of stuff. And on there, I'm going to be putting a tab where you can see the locations that it's going to be sold at.
That's awesome.
There will be a website coming soon.
Oh, hell yeah.
And there's going to be some new locations that are going to be opening up with the tea as well.
Well, that's good stuff, man. So yeah, guys, again, we're going to plug them like we do in every episode. Teave Teas, Teave.tea on Instagram, right?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, Everett. We love having you out here, dude. Appreciate you explaining it for us. Give it up for Everett, guys.
Thank you.
Ooh, and breaking news, we have hoodies coming soon. Ooh. Dude, here's the thing, is I will say some kava bars, like merch and stuff,
so nice.
is like, it's not
really
comfortable.
good.
It's just, like you can feel that generic fabric. Dude, this is super soft. So, this is our segment called Breaking Barriers. This is where we break down us being podcast hosts and just being friends with you guys at home. We kind of open up about our personal lives, and we just, we break down that barrier between where some people that are online and influencers on the internet, it almost seems like that friendship and, being able to talk with them is so intangible. And here we kind of just open up and talk about stuff that doesn't exactly do with kava or kratom, just kind of get to know us a little bit more as people.
Yeah.
So it feels like you guys are here with us in the moment in the kava bar. So our first topic today is going to be ways we choose to relax in our free time.
Yeah, so I definitely love self-care days. I feel like any girl or just anyone in general just loves pampering themselves. So I like going and getting my hair done, going to the nail salon, just the basic stuff.
One thing I do is, whether it's at a kava bar or not, I have a guitar, I have an acoustic guitar, and I love to write music. It's funny, I mean, if we pulled it up right now, let's see how many songs I have written out. Right now,
Mikey's a phenomenal musician, artist. If you haven't checked out his work, go check him out.
I have 160 completed songs. Like, I write a lot, non-stop really. And a lot of songs I write deal with a lot of the mental health that people don't want to talk about or don't know how to talk about, and I write these songs so...
You give them something to relate to.
Give something to relate to because, I don't know, I feel weird about targeting a specific group of people when writing a song because I'm just shutting these people off when writing my music. And so one thing I do to really get in touch, like if I'm on a real big writing block where I can't think of anything or I can't think of a new song, I drive out to Wickham Park. I go out to their old amphitheater where they used to do concerts, and I sit there and I just play guitar and I just kind of take inspiration from the nature around me. And I know it sounds pretty hippy dippy, but like I feel like it. I mean, there's nothing particularly harmful about it. It's just being one with nature and being one with my music.
Really soothing.
Our next topic is going to be, what's our earliest, happiest memory?
I have to think about this one.
So, when I was a kid, there's 3 memories I have, and they all pretty much have to do with theme parks. So, I grew up back and forth a lot between Pennsylvania and Florida, and there's a theme park up there that to this day I stand by is one of the best theme parks. I think it was actually the world's first amusement park, or America's first amusement park. Not theme park, because the first theme park was Santaland in Santa Cruz, California, but this is called Kennywood. And now the cool thing about this this theme park is there's one roller coaster in particular that this theme park is built into the side. It was carved into the side of a mountain, and they used the momentum of the valley of the river, of the Allegheny River, to cause momentum on the roller coaster, and it only uses power to get it up the chain link fence, or like up the chain link to the top,
crazy.
and then it drops and it just uses the momentum of the mountain. The power of music is magic, dude. The power of music has the ability to change somebody's emotions in like a second. Like what you feed yourself daily, like if you feed yourself like heavy metal or whatever, you're gonna be a little more like, energized and bumping. But if you're listening to jazz, you're gonna feel a little more relaxed. So if you listen to pop music, that's that kind of like
music is so
rock
powerful.
your body stuff too. And music just has it's got magical qualities. Like, not to seem like kind of like some like wizard Harry Potter nut, but like really there's a lot of power in music and what you feed your brain.
Yeah.
And it's all science. Like, I like the quote from Thor is, magic is just science that you don't understand yet.
So, one of my earliest memories, everybody used to have their birthday party here. I don't know if you ever went there. It's more of like a girly thing to do, but it was almost like Build-A-Bear.
I was pretty feminine.
It was the place where you could throw parties that was like Build-A-Bear, but you could pick out your animal, dress it up, you could like take it to the salon.
Okay, that's pretty girly.
Yeah, you got to dress up your animal and you got to like play dress up, and they had all these dresses and cool things. And after you dressed up and picked your animal and the whole Build-A-Bear like thing, after you would go into this room and have like a tea party with all your friends and all your stuffed animals.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of places like that don't exist anymore. Like, yeah, you still have Chuck E. Cheese, but it's not what it used to be. I don't remember. You've been in Brevard for pretty much
my whole life. Yeah, born and raised.
Do you remember Pump It Up?
Oh my gosh,
Pump It Up
that
was
was
amazing.
some of my best memories, was that Pump It Up.
A lot of my friends, so what Pump It Up pretty much is it's kind of like a bounce house warehouse.
I want to say they still have it.
Like that,
and
man.
I remember when I was even younger, I don't even know how old I was, probably around like the age of 3 or 4, there was this one place where they had all these different rooms that you could go into, and it was like a play date with your friends. And one room was a water room, another room was like a sand room. It was like more of a texture thing. I don't know, it was just like really cool, and I have a faint memory.
So there was a place here in Brevard as well. You might remember this. It wasn't around for a long time because I was there the day that I think it got sued for getting shut down. It was kind of like a big jungle gym. It was off of US 1 between Parkway and Lake Washington. But pretty much, it was like a giant jungle gym inside of a building. It was called Epic Play Center or something. And it was right next to where Berry Patch is. But it was really cool.
Okay.
And I remember I have a lot of memories of there. I'm going to shout them out. I don't
Maybe
even
that's the same place I was talking about because I remember there was like an indoor obstacle course
Yes,
at the front.
Yep, exactly.
So, yeah, no, that place was awesome as a kid, and I hope they still have stuff like this that you can bring your children to.
I think I actually ran into this guy in a kava bar not too long ago. His name's Andrew Cruel, and if any of you guys know him on the podcast or whatever out there, dude, tag him down below. Andrew Cruel was like one of my best buddies in elementary school. But yeah, we went to one of his birthday parties there, and I remember some kid hit his head at his birthday party on one of the playpen things, like on the plastic slide tubes, and like started bleeding, and I think the family like sued. It wasn't Andrew, but it was like somebody at the party.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think a lot of those early childhood memories build who we are. Another thing, like I was saying, I know we keep on talking about music. We didn't talk about food on the podcast.
I know, we're doing
Dude,
good.
Okay.
We're doing really good.
Okay, I was going to put a timer. I'm still going to put it up there just for, pride. But I told Lauren before this episode aired, or before we started recording, I was like, I want to see how long we can go without talking about food. And whenever we had Everett up here to talk about Teave Teas, that's completely different. That's that's strictly like business.
What we're supposed to be talking about.
We didn't talk about food.
I'm proud. I'm proud of ourselves.
I mean, I'm gonna look back, and if I did, I'm gonna add us. Like if we did talk
a
about food at
count
all,
in the corner.
but I don't think we talked
Our
about
last
food
one,
today.
we would probably have like 30 different times we brought up food.
Dude, it was crazy.
Mikey was driving me to the airport before my trip on Friday, and what were we? We caught ourselves just randomly talking about food in the car, like after we were talking about the podcast.
It's not even just an on-camera
thing. It
thing.
Slipped in. It's, yeah,
Dude,
we're
we
food
cannot stop talking
connoisseurs.
food. But we cannot stop talking about food. But I think because we both ate before we came up here, I wasn't as hungry. Usually I don't eat before the podcast.
You're right.
And we still have half a pizza over here.
Yeah, maybe that's key. We need to eat before we go on the show.
All right, we're gonna go into our last segment here, guys. So we're gonna be talking about a specific rapper that we like. Now, I'm gonna say right off the bat it's been a more recent thing for me. I really wasn't into rap music too much. I was kind of introduced to rap. I liked a lot of older rap, like 80s and 90s rap, like Sugar Hill Gang and stuff like that. I liked Biggie, a lot of stuff like that. But I wasn't really much into the modern day rappers because I'm gonna say something that's probably gonna be a little bit controversial, but I'd say 85% of modern rappers all rap about the same thing. They don't tell a unique story. It's all the same garbage, and it's the artists and the rappers who put out a story in their music or whatever, like something that's relatable. And here's the thing: is I know I'm not the target demographic for rap music, but a good artist can make a song about anything. Like that's specifically why I write the music I do. Actually, one of the first songs I remember hearing as a kid, like rap, and I was like, dang, I kind of bop with this. It was on a Now That's What I Call Music CD, was Workout by J. Cole. And I do an acoustic cover every time I do an open mic. Dude, I don't know what it is, man. Like, obviously at that age, whenever I heard it, I didn't understand it. But growing up or whatever, and now listening to a lot of J. Cole, Power Trip is another one of my favorite songs by him. So that's my number one favorite rapper.
I do like Kendrick Lamar.
Kendrick Lamar is pretty good.
I think he's super talented, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And just his writing and the stories he tells.
Here's the thing is, okay, I don't like every Kendrick Lamar song, but I will.
I'm going to look for this other
go
rapper.
ahead. So I like Pray For Me with The Weeknd by Kendrick Lamar. DNA is really good. I'm going to look up on here, because this is the best part about having my iPad up here. Kendrick. Forbidden Fruit with J. Cole. Dude, what a song. Humble's really good. I have a couple other songs, like I'm not particularly, I just have it because it was part of the album. The Mantra, which was from Creed 2. Don't Want to Know by Maroon 5 with Kendrick Lamar, that's a pretty good one. But here's the thing is, whenever I heard Forbidden Fruit, it's like two of my favorite, like, I wouldn't say Kendrick's my favorite, but like, he really goes hard in that song. Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole. Ludacris, he's the only rapper I've seen in concert. Ludacris to this day Ludacris, because of the Fast and the Furious, had to put his whole career, his music career, on hold for 11 years, dude. Imagine not being able to perform for 11 years, and that's like your passion. He was like, obviously, I'm sure he's passionate about acting, but Ludacris is a rapper thick and thin through his blood. So, Ludacris, he's got a great story. He tells good stories. He does kind of, give off like the traditional, like, same rapper story, but Ludacris does it in his own way,
Yeah.
Like, and his songs are funny too, like Area Codes. Area Codes will go down as one of the funniest songs, or My Chick. My Chick was one of the first songs. I remember I was in elementary school and it came on the radio, and I don't have a lot of memories with my dad when I was super young, but I remember me and him like making fun of that song, like, because at a young age I did kind of understand some of that stuff. It's like, but I would crack up whenever we get to the lines, like,
As well.
but yeah, no, so, like, dude, okay, I think the topic, like, the overall uniting factor of this episode is still going to be music. I think that's what we're going to name this episode, is something having to do with music. I think it's been a good episode.
Yeah, I think so too.
We had a lot of great guests today. I'd like to thank all of our guests. Again, I want to thank Teave Teas. We love having them as a sponsor. Thank you, Nocturne Teas. Thank you for everybody that participated. Seriously, this podcast is for you guys. I think we have time for one more guest. All right, come on, Micah. Come on, everybody, give it up for Micah.
Woo!
This is gonna be our last little. We're gonna give him a speed run, Micah. Okay, you have 30
You
seconds.
need to sit over here.
Yeah, you go sit over there. Go sit over there. Okay, so I'm not gonna. You already know one of the questions, but I'm gonna speed run through this. I'm gonna give you 6 questions, and you have to answer each question in 30 seconds. All right. Which do you like better, Xbox or PS5, and why?
Xbox, and I would say that's just because I've grown up playing.
Oh, he's grown up.
You know?
He's throwing shade.
I've grown up playing Xbox.
Hey, okay, he grew up playing.
Childhood memories.
Okay. Do you drink your kava with or without creamer, and why?
Without creamer, and I feel like it's just a little bit more traditional, and
Yeah.
kind of just doing it the way that it's really meant to be.
I will say, like, again, I say it every now and again. I'm not drinking kava and kratom for the effects. I'm drinking it for the flavor. But whenever you do have a traditional show, like the first time you ever have a bula call, there's nothing more inviting and togetherness. Like, you never feel more connected with everybody around you than your first bula call. Which would you like to see more exploration of, the ocean or outer space?
For me personally, I feel like the ocean, I mean, the space seems like a great place to explore, but I feel like there's just so much of Earth that we haven't seen yet. I feel like we should completely explore Earth before we actually venture out into space and understand ourselves in the world.
Okay. All right. Now we're going to go on to what we asked the people that we interviewed today. What about kava bars got you intrigued?
Honestly, I would say the community and all the friendships and people that you meet, you know? I mean, you never know who you're going to meet until you come in here, and when you walk in,
you never
see
know.
all the happy faces and everybody is feeling good and everyone's so friendly. It just kind of feels like family when you walk in, and I feel like that's something that really got me deep into the community.
Okay, good answer. Now, I'm curious to see if you remember, because I really don't remember. Just one day you showed up into my life. Where did we first meet? I'm assuming EGAD, because I know I probably met you at Joint. I know, like, we really clicked at Joint, but I know because whenever I seen you at the Joint, you had said, "Yo, Mikey, what's up?" And I was like, "Oh shit, what's his name?"
That's so funny.
But like, we had like those passing conversations at EGAD, so I guess really where we met was at the Joint, now known as Chameleon.
Yeah, that's when we definitely really got connected, but for sure, I'm pretty sure it was EGAD as well.
I think one day I had stayed whenever, so one thing that they do at EGAD is they stay open a little bit later or whatever, like they leave the patio open and everybody hangs out, but like all the kava tenders from kava bars around the county kind of come together and we just talk about our day, and I think that's where me and you had like a real conversation for the first time.
Yeah. And I always absolutely love those late nights that you get too. I mean, that's when you really build like the close relationships. I mean, there's only X amount of people there versus, you know, Like here,
Yeah,
so
where
many
like it's
people
packed out.
here, you really get to have those deep and intimate conversations and really get to know who it is that you're talking
Yeah.
to.
I gave you a little extra time on that one just because that's a little more personal. All right, now for your final question, what keeps you coming back to a kava bar?
I think for me personally, I would have to go back to the answer, kind of just being like the family atmosphere that you
For sure.
get when you're coming in here. I mean, you always get so many familiar faces, so many people that you get to catch up with. You know, I mean, like.
Dude, that's the best part about coming in here. Especially, I mean, I know you can relate to that working here. Is that, dude, every time I come in here, at least 10 to 15 people know who I am. And at this point now, I mean, now that we're doing the podcast and you're being here, like, dude, every single time I walk in here, I just yell the word "yo" really loudly.
Like 15
and,
people.
Yeah, and 15
right
people
back
like go "yo" back, and there's just, it really is like it's just that family unit that you have here
That's exactly
in a kava
how
bar.
it
And like
is.
right now, dude, compared to the first episode, we had a lot of support for our first episode. We had like 30 people. Right now, this bar probably has a good 50 people in it. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, and a lot of them are active or watching, and a lot of people are watching right now on the live stream, which is crazy. We haven't ever had like a lot of people watch the live stream. They usually watch the episode when it posts up on Friday.
That is amazing.
And that's just one thing that, that it's just, I don't want to go home. Like, this is my home, and I want to be here. That's why I'm out here as many days as I am. That's why I'm in kava bars. Like, if you guys see my on my own Instagram page, I posted the only day of the week I'm not doing an event is Saturdays and Sundays. And even Sundays, I'm still out here for poker and chess. Like, that's the thing is like, you will never be bored in a kava bar. I know we talked about this last time, but if you come to a kava bar and you're bored, bro, you're just not a fun person. There's something for everyone, everywhere, at every kava bar.
I would agree with that, and that's like honestly super amazing too, because I mean, just like the fact that, I feel like it's very family oriented. Once you get to know everybody says hi to you, but the fact that they're willing to actually support you in like any of the goals that you have, like you're starting the podcast, so many people are here like, supporting, so many people are watching, and I mean, it's going good, man. I really enjoy having you every Monday.
I'm gonna give you two quick 10-second questions. First one, what's a way that you choose to relax on? If you have nothing to do and you could choose to do one thing, what would it be?
Sleep.
Sleep? Good answer. I feel like a lot of people are gonna relate with that. All right, and your last question, I feel like this question is very good for you because I feel like you have a good taste in rap music. Who is a rapper that you like? Who do you listen to the most if you were to listen to anybody?
Honestly, probably for me, it would probably be NF. Because I feel like he's very real. I mean, he's very deep and personal with himself and his music. And I feel like it's something that a lot of people can actually relate to.
He has a song called Outcast, and dude, it's just really good, dude. Like, here's the thing, is like, dude does what I only hope I can reach to do. And yeah, I appreciate you coming up here. I want to slip in here for the last few seconds. Everybody give it up for Micah.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
All right, guys. Well, I'll get Lauren back up here for the last few seconds. Love you, Micah. Well, guys, thank you so much for staying with us as long as you have. I know this has been a longer episode, but I feel like we really connected today with a lot of people. I mean, some people, it was their first time ever up here, even watching a podcast, being up on here. Shout out to Adam. Adam, it takes a lot of courage to come up here and to do what we do. It's not easy for everybody.
We appreciate everything.
And honestly, like, I really don't stage who we pick to come up here. Like, a lot of people, it's their first time and it's just natural. Like, whenever I filmed with Karina, we filmed an episode 2 weeks ago. I had to find some way to get her back up here because, like, it comes so natural to her. She's such a just genuine person, very great at talking, always easy to converse with.
Yeah.
Same thing
with everyone is really.
Dude, Lily, you killed. Oh, Lily's gone. Lily, I think they're gone. But like Lily and Sky, they're really great. Yeah. Tariq, we love.
I mean, everyone we've had up here is phenomenal.
Dude, you really can't go wrong. Again, I want to thank all of you guys. I want to thank Teave Teas, Nocturne Teas. Thank you to everybody. Thank you to Tyler for helping us out today. We couldn't have done it without you. And thank you for everyone that makes this podcast possible. Everybody out here in the crowd, give it up for yourselves. There it is. Well, guys, this has been Breaking Brews, episode 4 here at Nocturne Teas. I'm your host, Mikey, too.
And I'm your co-host, Lauren Olivia.
And thanks, guys, for watching. We'll catch you next week.
Bye.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate you.